Okay, so this ASU strike of a thing now,
Yeah.
like I don't even get the point
Mm.
because some of these people now, teachers, for example, that this ASU union is soliciting for,
Yeah.
those of them are not actually suffering. No. Most of them are not suffering because they are generally just here chopping line, collecting something from and like like bro, like they're just like serious. On a serious note, they're generally just like collecting their own money from students. Students are paying them well. Buy my textbook, buy my this, buy my that, and they chop. They chop wetin no good. You can't strike. This strike of a thing, I feel like it's just for what's it called? Like okay, they get two weeks strike, I mean.
2 week strike. Yeah.
As you have 2 weeks now, they've called it a
Yeah.
strike.
Yeah. You know. 2 weeks.
If you ask an average teacher in this school now, have they paid you people your this thing? They said, oh well, they don't know nothing they solve.
Everything is solved.
They don't know because like seriously, these people what they are doing is how they can make them, that's the ASU committee or the ASU members, eat. How they can make them chop. Like how they can see from money from this nonsense. Basically putting students what's it called academics in jeopardy. Like it doesn't make any sense. Imagine there was one, I don't see any reason for all this union of a thing because it's affecting businesses, affecting average Nigerian, and affecting businessmen that own businesses. Because now if you see, for example, this that time of Aliko Dangote when he said he retrenched a lot of Nigerians, like Nigerian workers, because of like this their union,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they joined that union.
Yeah.
So like he now told them to go because they know that this union of a thing are just there to basically like eat from the money. They'll be like the workers are not getting paid enough, they are having bad conditions, they pay them do this. They'll just there to eat money. They're not there to actually work. And that has been the like biggest problem in Nigeria is, and ASU is just one of them. And this thing has caused a lot of basically problems and turmoil to students. Imagine you see you know how the student is fine.
Yeah.
You see somebody with 2014 reg number.
Yeah. Dude. That kind of
2014 reg number.
Yeah.
And if you ask him guy Alpha why you still dey this school, he no tell you say na ASU. Na ASU cause am. Or somebody 2009 reg number. Still writing exam in 2025. 2009 reg number. I asking him guy Alpha why you still in school. Tell you ASU. Cause this kind of things ASU like they keep students. They keep students like they put your some of them that actually like put academics as their superiority and their
lifeline.
first class and all the other class that they want to enter. They put it as their priority.
Yeah.
You get now. They cannot make all the money they spend go to waste. And then ASU just comes from nowhere and says, guys, strike, I beg, we will go strike, I beg. I don't like the way this guy talk to me. We will
But
go
like
strike.
personally, do you like the strike though?
Do I like strike?
Yes.
I like strike. May they do strike 1 year. You know, if I was ASU, this their strike, they know the get sense for this. Like, I don't like 3 year strike. We will not see almost school no for 3 years. I could just focus on my life. Because seriously, to me, I never really saw it like the perfect need for like I always knew that school has never been my thing.
Yeah.
Even though like let's just see, even though because some people you know how some people talk and be like this guy is a liar, a deceiver and he used to pass.
Yeah.
Even though like I do well in school, I know that this is not where I am supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like I find joy in doing other things like trading. I find joy in doing like enjoyment. I find more joy in being like less active. Like I was like I find more joy in being a like a funny guy. I just being funny. Like just being funny, like making myself laugh. I find more joy in making myself laugh. I just feel like in making myself laugh, like only like just randomly. I can just be saying like I find more joy in talking to myself. I find more joy in doing all those other things than actually going to school like for morning, like waking up in the morning like around 6 o'clock to go have your bed and then by 7 you should be walking down to MPB for economics, business and economics class. I find more joy in actually just sitting down and just talking to myself because seriously these are the ways that I get to get inspiration. I get to get like ideas. I get to get solutions to problems that I feel like okay they were there. These are the ways I tend to discover myself.
Yeah.
And I find more joy in doing those things rather than wasting my time on school. So I prefer that ASU. If I were you, 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, maybe you know say your school no dey for the next 6. You know say we no dey spend unnecessary money for school fees and tuition. Cause guy, to be fair, I know it's not going to be nice or fair for those other people that actually believe in.
In
You know
academics.
what I thought about it was that guy one day guy some teacher was just like this in class. They will be like those of you that know that you don't want to like like you're not going to read for this course. Just stand up, move like go like this side. Those of you that want to actually read for this course will come like this. Those people now come. So now separate us. That yeah, those of you that what's it called?
Don't want to read.
Don't worry, just don't bother coming to class. You have passed.
Wow.
Like that's what I was just thinking. Let that thing just happen, abeg. Let it just happen. Because teachers know that they are some teachers, all teachers they know that in a class of 100, they know that it's just going to be 15
Yeah,
or 10 students that will
actually give
literally
two shits about what
like give 2 sheets. Because students, some most of them will just like result into like actually sorting for that exam, or some of them will just rely on God. Like they'll just think that it's only God that can solve their problems, and they won't even read. So like some of them will never even bother opening their book throughout the whole session.
yeah.
Some people won't even bother coming to class. Some people won't even bother that they're in school because some of them are like, well, it's not just to carry the course over.
Yeah.
Exactly. So out of 100 students, you know that you're working with 10.
You're
So
working
just
with 10.
don't stop wasting your time and just actually just say, oh yeah, if you know that you're just here for
Like
vibes,
just
just go straight to the point, guys. So yeah, really, you're not wasting your time. You're just here for vibes. I beg, just hold up your arm.
Let me antagonize what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Like I'll use what I heard one girl say when somebody was like, let us go on strike. Okay, people want to graduate early, right?
Yeah.
People want to graduate earlier, and let's say somebody that is like academically invested, like you said, will tell you that what you're saying is invalid because we want to graduate early. How do you like reply?
First of all, you are 4 years. 4 years is 4 years. If you're telling me you want to graduate early, that means you want to graduate before 4 years, Abby.
No, like no, not early as in like you don't want to graduate. You want to graduate that 4 years. You don't want them to do anything.
You want to graduate that. You want to graduate that. That's all. Like this time was just basically me being selfish. Let's just put it like that. You get. I want ASUU strike, and if ASUU strike came like and they were serious, 6 years, 7 years, I'll be happy. It doesn't change the fact that someone that is academically invested or invested in academics will not be happy. I'm not like me. I will be happy.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to force you to not be happy. Do you get?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just how God wants it to be. But like, just the point is, this unions of between they're just there to waste your time. They're never like, I'm not saying I'm going to say that all of them are bad, but most of them have like ulterior motives. The motive is never like pure because they know that what's it called? Like they're just there to just basically like either extort the business or cause havoc because there's never really in Nigeria so far so good. In Nigeria, there's never really like a sensible reason for why unions should be created. Imagine Telegram doesn't have it. Telegram left the United States of America to establish its business outside so that it can avoid the unions in America. So that it could avoid its workers being in like unnecessary unions because they know the disadvantages to all those unions. You see those unions of a thing, yeah. Those unions, they have had problems. Right? They tell you you can say that okay, it's the supposedly good work of a union is to basically checkmate the business and make sure that the welfare of the workers are basically kept. Do you get? But that has not in recent times been what their driving force. Their driving force has been how to extort the businesses, and that has been the biggest problem. And I feel ASUU is just one of them, and has always been one of them. Because seriously, if you ask an average worker in the federal government, he'll tell you that he did not actually have an issue because most of them have cars. Right? Most of them have cars. Like go to MPB, you see all of them parking their cars there. Who owns those cars?
It's them now, lecturers.
It's just lecturers. They drive their car every single day. So you mean that you have money to buy fuel, you have money to buy a car, which means you're actually doing fine. And you have if you have them, they have family. They have family of 3, they are taking care of them. All of them are in school. So what are you saying? Some of them have businesses outside, right? I'm sure some of them were smart enough to invest. Okay, maybe the dumb ones were not smart to invest. Exactly, and they relied on the money that the school were giving them. That's fine, good and fine. But like if you check the ratio of how many of them that actually relied on the federal government, it is like 1 to 3.
Yeah.
The three is like the people, the more like those who did not rely, and the one is like the people
one,
that
yeah, the one.
they get. So it's very it's very nonsensical to just tell me that like these unions are actually there to for the welfare of
For
these
the welfare
workers,
of the lecturers.
because the workers are not complaining about any welfare. It is the union. Do you get? So
Yeah, I see where
this
you're going.
this strike is not like for me. It wasn't the point for the strike wasn't for us lecturers need to be met.
Yeah,
Imagine.
exactly, because now that very valid point, because now that I'm actually thinking about it, our logic teacher, he was like, if they do call strike, we will not write the exam. But if they don't, we will. So and teachers like are trying to hold lectures.
Yes.
But what is stopping them? Strike.
Exactly.
So like they're not like advocating for this strike. They don't even give two shits about
like they know because they know that this strike of 18 is just another like motive for them to extort money, the person or something, just to export money. The money, because see, okay, they call on the strike 2 weeks before, 3 days before the actual strike is supposed to end, and they're telling us that in the next month they need the federal government to meet up with the needs of paying up teachers.
Yeah.
So are you telling me that you did not you like first of all this strike, the purpose of this strike was so that the federal government would pay, if I'm getting it right,
Yeah.
the federal government will answer their demands of paying the lecturers, right?
Yeah.
That's their unpaid whatever, and meeting up with their 1,000 naira agreement or whatever. And then you now actually end the strike before the due date of the strike going to end.
Yeah.
And still tell us that the government have not yet still paid it. They are waiting for 1 month later to know if the government will pay. It doesn't make sense. So what are the point of this 2 week strike that was not even really like followed through?
Exactly. God.
You did not still follow out the 2 week strike. You did not
you didn't see the strike through, right? And then after calling off the strike, you're now like you're giving the federal government 1 month to.
Yes.
So like, what was not the point of the strike?
If you're not told the government that you're giving them 3 months or 1 month to do this, and then after that 1 month,
their 1 month would have started counting from last week.
Yes, exactly. And like would have known, okay, they're serious about this strike. Students would have been actually allowed to finish up their exams because they know that they're in exam periods. Yeah. Students were allowed to. They know that okay, this by 1 month, in 1 month's time would know the effect. So by that time, students that ended their exams, gone home, and then school would have been held till maybe next year before next session can resume, which makes more sense. At least now students' lives are not in jeopardy, and like the strike is still going to go on because maybe by that time maybe the federal government did not meet up with
and everybody done with exam.
Exactly, and everybody done with exam. But listen, the burden fell on us, the students.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We could not write the exams, so we are affected, and we have to push further, like push our exams into next session. It doesn't make sense, and really, I don't see a need for that strike that just happened. So it just goes to show that this union never really take into consideration every single the lecturers in themselves, because lecturers too, they really want actually teach the students and get over with the exams and let them also go home because they also need break. You get?
Yeah.
But if you're not giving these guys break, putting they're in their house, right? And they're the next thing they're thinking of when the strike is going to be over, when the strike going to be over. They're not really taking care of their family, or like they say normal family fun time.
Yeah.
Their minds
is not even there.
It's not in there. So it's affecting every single life. What's it called? Day. So the unions are not. They're not there. Like I said, they're always there to cause havoc and never really to push prosperity amongst what's it called any other person but themselves.
I mean, well, like there's something you just say that just like sparked a thought in my head. Like I forgot about us, the students.
Exactly.
Like we are the ones that are actually bearing the biggest burden, and we didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything.
We are not the federal government. We paid our money. We are living legal, and we're the people bearing the highest burden.
Don't we have our own what's it called union? Because no, seriously, we should also have our own union.
So when us we striking, was striking back,
because bro, it doesn't make sense. We don't have our. I don't know if you have our union, but we don't have our union. I mean, I see our union. We don't have our own union, and Okay, even if we don't have our own union, do we have our own union? Do
I
you
think like
consider
ACG,
ACG our union?
I don't know.
Because this guy are not serious. How many presidents do we have?
God.
But like,
Ooh.
okay, so that means, well, I mean, this SCG routine now has to come on like another topic because
yeah. Let's
now,
not
like,
drift into them.
if we actually have our own union and these guys are not working, like, that is a problem. But we don't have our own union, like us,
Yeah,
and because us is a general body.
yeah.
What's now the general body of like the students?
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
it can't be SCG because SCG is different.
SCG is for schools.
Yeah, it's
for
different schools. You get so there's this school has its own SCG.
But like, do they have something like that though?
Or like a
Like
general body.
general body for
Like
students.
I'm thinking if it's in is it no Sabina what is it, that I'm thinking if it's that body, but I don't know if it's that body that's a union. I don't know if it's a union. I don't know if it's that a union. But like there's a if we don't have our own like students union where like we are all
Yeah.
involved in because every lecturer is involved in this one, every federal government lecturer is involved in this one. So if we don't have our own
federal
union,
government school students
exactly should be involved.
Yeah.
So we don't have our own union for that. Or I don't know if we do. Because well we just probably have our own, right? And like we are now affected and we cannot see we don't have a say in all these things.
Exactly.
We are just told to like bear the burden. And you tell me that this ASUU mean good for the greater good of all. That makes sense. Lecturers are here chilling and correcting something. Students are not complaining that students are not complaining. Lecturers are not complaining.
Yeah.
They have cars, they have at least they're coming to lecture hall, they are like they're not complaining. They don't seem to be complaining.
Yeah,
So
you ever hardly hear lecturer say, "Oh, they have not paid us."
they have not paid us.
But then it's now some guys at the top that close themselves.
ASUU.
You just come together and be like, "Whoa, December is around the corner. Let's cash out."
Exactly.
Now call up a fucking strike and say, "You guys, no think about it. No think about us, the students. Like
they don't put us in
we didn't
consideration.
offend anybody, but we are the number one victims. It's not even the lecturers. Like the way they paint the lecturers as if the lecturers are we are the highest victims,
Like,
bro.
And look at now we're having exact the problem is this was actually an exam period. If it was normal school period,
Bro.
like do you think I'll be coming on this podcast and be actually like talking about
Everybody does
ASUU?
you, guy.
Do you think I'll be coming here and talking about ASUU? Like what is fucking my million ASUU? I don't consider right on.
Right on, bro.
Because now we're having exams. I'm meant to have traveled. Like most of us are meant to have traveled, but we're
Exactly.
putting this idea of when is ASUU strike going to be called up, when am I going to write my exams, this, that. Now me and the exams now shifted to November 11th and 13th.
Yeah, I heard
And
that
that is
and I was like, bro,
when we were meant to be in like our houses.
our houses, yeah.
Because obviously they told us that school is starting when November 3rd, and we know that that's not even like
I'm
not
coming back
serious.
26,
Exactly. We don't say that's not serious. Like 2026 when we're coming back.
Yeah.
So this thing is not even making sense to me right now because come to think of it, this strike has just there was no like today that they called on the strike. There was no fucking need of that strike then.
There's no fucking need, guy.
There was no like sensible need of that strike.
Like, do you know the worst part? Do you know what Tinubu tweeted on X?
Tinubu is on X.
Guy, Tinubu is on X.
Tinubu is on X.
Do you know what this guy tweeted? He said that this 2-week strike is even good. No, he called it 3 weeks. He doesn't know what is going on. He said that this 3-week strike is even good because now students will have chance to rest their head and learn skills. I was like, bro, guy. No, I was like,
I think it's better than
honestly, our president is a fucking sharp guy. So that guy is very useless. Stupid. Very stupid guy. When I saw that thing, I shocked, guy. So
do you think our president is better than what's it called? Donald Trump?
Our president is better than Donald Trump.
Yeah. Because the meeting where Donald Trump was supposed to X guy. Donald Trump post rubbish.
Bro, the guy post rubbish. The guy post.
But actually, come think about this like strike and protest of a thing. Do you see what happened? Like, do you see what happened between like Shawari and like that Shawari, that Emma's Nandikan once you put it about it.
I was hearing about it
On Monday now. So you see like how so Shawari organized free mass down the Kano and it was hyping. Everybody was like, Monday is like the day we're going to do protest for free down the Kano. And Monday came, right? Monday came, and like before Monday actually they were like Shawari was telling Peter Obi that he should come, all these like big names they should come for a protest and stuff like that. Peter Obi said like he likes the idea that they organizing a protest that protest for as long as it has already been registered by the court, approved by the court that they can have the protest. That then the protest is a good thing. That's what Peter was basically saying, but he said he's not going to be there. So guys like Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and Nnamdi Kanu's brother were there for the protest. Sowore was there. A lot of big names were also there too.
Yeah.
When they had the protest, so as the protest was going on, they released was in Abuja along that road to go into the ASUU Rock.
Yeah.
So that's what they were, doing the peaceful protest too. So like normal now, like as every protest, peaceful protest would be in Nigeria.
Yeah, they're not beating cars, they're not burning down shit.
Just normal, and then you now have the armed forces coming out and shooting at them, obviously, like not really at them, but like trying to scare them, throwing tear gas and stuff like that. Peaceful protest too. Like if you see what happened yesterday, was it 2 days ago in US, where they had like the biggest protest against Donald Trump ever, like around the whole city, the whole town. Over 1 million people came out peaceful, and you didn't see any tear gas or
they were protesting against Donald Trump.
Yes, now all these LGBTQ members now, people that protest now, like the lefties, they call them the lefties now. They had this massive. So do you know what Donald Trump now posted?
What?
On X? He posted like this AI generated clip of Donald Trump flying fighter jet, and that fighter jet releasing poop on them. Donald Trump doesn't even release them. I said that Donald Trump is better than was he better than this when it comes to X? But so that's why protest when you organized it, and then now like they now release like guns into the air. Do you know if you now Thierry yes, guy Thierry.
The person organized the guy.
Yes, now like guy Thierry like yes, it was going. Guy. Video said that he what's called. He discovered his Usain Bolt skills. Can't hear massive race. They are end up arresting what's called. Now the Canon's brother and his lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, after the protest.
So for peaceful protest,
like serious, like said that after I was talking about democracy is in shambles. So democracy is in shambles. There's nothing like democracy in this country. There's never been. It's just democracy is a breeding ground for corruption to just continue like taking its place. And like if you look at the communist states, every communist state, every communist party, every communist state basically, there is limited corruption. It is either that the entire body is corrupt, or there's nothing like corruption. Do you get?
Yeah.
It is either that everybody is corrupt, or there is no corruption at all. Like there's no this one is not corrupt, this one is corrupt, this one is not corrupt, this one is not corrupt. So the system, like there is no corruption. Like look at Russia for example.
Yeah.
You know that there is no corruption.
Which system of government is Russia?
Like this communist is a communist state.
Communist state.
China, like you see China, like they sentenced their minister to life imprisonment.
For corruption.
Yeah, for corruption, like for stealing of funds, looting of public funds.
Yeah.
So you see that they have policies that make sure corruption doesn't stand. But in this country, a minister can decide to forge UNN certificates and become minister, and then when they find out, he just flees the scene and nothing happens to him.
Yeah.
You heard about an energy guy?
Yeah.
That forged UNN.
That forged UNN certificates, yeah.
And you see someone like that, and you see someone like Wiki that literally they said he has like offshore accounts. Okay, maybe that one has been clear about. He's looting private public funds, or like he's doing money laundering. And like
nothing is happening. Nobody's saying shit.
The man has not really tried. Like I don't even know what's going on.
What do you think is the best thing to do?
Dates. Serious? No, like actually, look at China. Look at China.
Yeah, you say that thing. That was fucking Jesus.
Dates, like bro, like okay, first of all, I'm a godly person, so I believe I forgive everybody. You get? I forgive him for stealing. Do you get?
Yeah.
Because he was smart enough to steal it. So if he's smart enough to do that, means he has like other smart ideas that he's doing. Do you get? But if it comes to like the law has to state that dates, because the law for God is actually the law for the wages of sin.
Yeah, it's death.
It's death.
Yeah.
So why can't he just do the normal law for like you get? So if you commit a sin like that, death, death or last life imprisonment, like there's no coming out. Not even community service can make you come out. So it makes them rethink.
Makes them rethink every bad,
every bad step they were about to make. It makes them think about that.
Honestly, like corruption in Nigeria is like it's one of those things that is just becoming, normal. Like, and I know it's not good, but like at the end of the day, like anybody that comes out now and say, oh, they want to stop, they want to take a stand and all this type of talk now. Like, do they even have a chance?
They're not supposed to. I look at Peter Obi. Peter Obi is literally not supposed to this time right now. Let's tell ourselves. Peter Obi is he's just like Jesus Christ in our present day.
Yeah.
Like he's like the savior of the world, literally right in front of us. And go to what people are. Let's see what people are saying about the guy. See what people are saying about the guy.
What are they saying about?
Like people are not even like. First of all, the guy people are saying that he doesn't even have a party. They say he's a political prostitute.
Wow.
That how can you go from Abga to what's it called to PDP to Labour Party, now you're entering ADC? Like that's a political prostitute. See, people are just talking about Peter Obi. So obviously he has his obedience movement, right? And even in that his obedience movement, he endorsed his obedience movement. Peter Obi endorsed this Labour Party candidate for Anambra State, but the obedience that the obedient movement in Anambra State endorsed Soludo. So like you see that there's even like divide.
There's divide, yeah.
Right, which to be fair I actually like. In the sense that is politics. That is just like your own, like you're not playing by party, you're playing by an ideology, which is fine. Do you get? And I like that he's in ADC and supporting the Labour Party candidate. He's there in what's it called ADC supporting a Abga candidate. So it is basically not the person. You're not looking at the party. You're looking at the ideology that individual has, which is how democracy is meant to be played. Because if you look at what's it called in Japan, their new prime minister now, she's a woman, and you had people from the opposition party supporting her because they believed, they believed in the ideology that she basically put forth.
Yeah.
Do you get? They didn't care about party because it's not meant to be party. Just meant to be a platform for you to basically run for presidency. It's not meant to be the party. It's meant to be the ideology that the individual has.
Yeah, but in Nigeria it's more of like
party. You know, like, look up what's this guy's name? What's his name? Wiki say he's a partisan. Like a partisan is someone that like basically like loyal to a party. So you are basically being loyal to a party. That means you are more loyal to the party than to the people
and the people.
Yes, like that's the idea of democracy is for the people, or the people and by the people. Those kind of yes. Democracy is the people that decides, right? But then when you're now more as a leader, you're not loyal to the people. You're not being loyal to a party.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
We want to now question the whole idea of this democracy.
Yeah, this democracy. What is democracy like? Like okay now. Democracy is it for the party or for the people? Do you get?
Yeah.
So for me, democracy is just on paper the idea is so sharp, like freedom. But like what it is actually is not. It's nowhere to what the paper of a democracy is. It's just under like it's just a breeding, like I said, it's a breeding ground for corruption.
Yeah.
Do you get? It's a massive breeding ground for corruption. There's no how you tell me till tomorrow that democracy, because to be fair, succession is good. It brings progression. Do you get? Like this guy takes over, has his own different and basically uplift states, which makes sense. But if you look at what happens in Lagos State, I always say there's progression in Lagos State, but I would say the idea is nice because this guy paved the way, created a foundation for them. That's Tinubu. In as much as I don't agree with most of the reforms that he makes. There's some reforms that he did that will really make sense. I feel like him and Peter Obi are the two types of like that they are very similar in nature, in the sense that they are two people that laid foundations for their state, right? But the difference between Peter Obi and Tinubu was that Tinubu would I just say handpicked the individuals to come after him? He didn't just lay a foundation and leave. He laid the foundation and made sure that the people that were going to complete the foundation were people that he basically picked, kind
Yeah,
of like
picked, yeah.
Like Fashola, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Ambode, those guys.
Yeah.
It is from his cabinet, from his group that he
Yeah.
picked them. Do you get?
And put them in
They're
that
his
foundation.
boys. Yeah, he trained. Just put
Yeah.
it like that. But then you see P2B that laid the foundation, make sure that the coming government has a stable ground to progress and to build something great. But then he did not handpick the person coming. It wasn't somebody that he guided or something like that. What I
Yeah.
see, right? And that's the kind of thing that democracy causes. Because the person that might come after you is somebody that might not actually like you, or the other party maybe may not be your party, might be another party that now enters power, so things will change. So there's no really progression. It causes a lot of havoc and a lot of stagnancy in what's it called in the economy. Do you get?
Yeah.
Because now the person might come and want to now do everything that you've done and start again, and you get.
Yeah.
So like that's why I don't actually support the idea of democracy. It's sharp. If you read democracy, you fall in love with the idea of democracy. But what democracy actually is so, I know the disadvantages outweigh the advantage
Yeah.
by a mile. As democracy is just a breeding ground for like corruption to take over, like corruption. And so that is why someone will say that, oh well, you're a communist. Communists have been portrayed as a bad thing. But let's look at the states that actually practice communism, or let's look at the states that actually practice socialism. Today, China is where it is today because of the system it practices, which is communist, right? And that he has a single individual who decided that this is where I want my country to be, and he made sure that this country is where it is today because he was there through the whole process. He didn't have to think about the next election or think about the next this, the next that.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So he made sure that like my country progresses because it is me that wants the country to progress. So he's going to oversee everything. It's my plan.
Yeah.
And he have to now think, okay, the next 4 years or more, let's start planning for campaign. Let's make sure that the opposition party does not take over this and this and that. Do you get?
Yeah, because that kind of thing it scatters
It
the whole
scatters a lot.
flow.
Exactly. Look at Nigeria now, for example. We went from APC, so we went from PDP to PDP to APC, now APC, right?
Yeah.
And like you see that, okay, before all these things, there was military, there was SDP, there was that party, there was this party, there was GMPP, and like the parties just keep on growing in number every single day. There is today now you see like now it's ADC now.
Yeah.
The next 5 years, ADC might not exist, or the next year ADC might not exist. Then there's another different party. Before, did you hear about Labour Party? Now you had Labour Party come out in 2020. So you have all these parties coming out, and then like it's causing disruption in every single state. Someone like Alex Oti now has done so well with Labour Party,
Yeah.
but they might get overturned by Kalu, maybe from someone, a guy named Kalu or something like that from APC now, and then that guy now decides to like change everything that Alex Oti has done, right? Which would affect the plans that he actually has.
Yeah. I get the whole point. Like it's like, okay, everybody's just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Doing their own thing. Okay, you come out with this plan,
Yeah.
very sharp plan. You start it, then another person will come, you change it. Then at the end of the day, there will not be any actual growth.
You get? So it's just like this stagnant. Like it goes like this. Like it's not really progression. It's just
So
like,
like,
it's never really.
Like, do you suggest that Nigerians should go communist?
I suggest that Nigerians should go military government, but like I don't want anybody to come and saying that. I do want see. There was a coup that was the alleged coup.
Yeah.
And they arrested military men for something about the alleged coup. And they said that the former southern government is linked to the alleged coup. So, see, the reason why I actually support military government and support communist or socialist or whatever government in my seat, the reason why I support those systems is because let's take a look at our old neighboring countries like Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, right? These are the perfect examples of a system practicing this kind of system, military rule or government. Like I said in all these communities, there's either a total evacuation, a total like removal of corruption, or a total or like everybody's corrupt. Do you get? Like
Yeah.
it's either you know that everybody's corrupt or there is no corruption in this kind of system. And the only time when you know that there is no corruption is when you give the right people power.
Okay.
Do you get? That's why I say it's very hard. Let's use that. If you want to use the example of this guy um Mussolini Mussolini of Italy, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mussolini of Italy. Mussolini was a dictator and a very bad one at that. Alright. There's an example of a dictator that was very bad. So you're not the right person, do you get?
Yeah.
But then let's look at Xi Jinping Xi Abina, the Chinese,
Yeah.
basically.
Dictator.
Now his own is so different, right? China is the second biggest economy in the world after US. You get second biggest economy in the world. 10 years ago, they were not really where they wanted to be, and they decided that this is where we want to be by 2025. And now they are where they are by 2025. They've literally, let's say they had 10 goals. They made like sure that they've achieved at least 6 of those 10 goals by 2025. And China is this, I think he has 19.6 trillion, $19.6 trillion economy. So this is where countries like Nigeria, with the population, the resource, and everything that they have, like this is where they're supposed to be. You know, you're not supposed to rival people like Burkina Faso or people like Madagascar. No, we're meant to rivaling those people like at the top. That's where Africa generally is meant to be. Blessed with all these natural resources. You get, and we're not there. So you know there's a problem. And the problem you say is corruption. Let me tell you, it's the system we were sold, right? We were practicing a system that was helping us before this colonial rule, right? And when we had gotten our independence, we were supposed to be smart enough to understand that this system is not going to work for us. But no, we decided to adopt this system even after the colonialism. We thought, okay, maybe because it has worked for them, it will definitely work for us. But they didn't understand that we built an economy that was so stable for them that they practice a system that without, regardless of whatever, like without, regardless of what the system they are practicing, their economy is stabilized because of us. Do you get?
Yeah.
So that was the system, and we had no stabilized economy. We now added that system, which would now actually destabilize the system for us even more.
Yeah.
Do you get? So the system is not stable, our economy is not stable. Their economy is stable, the system is not stable. But the economy, because of the $23 economy, it is a whatever dollar, $1 trillion economy. The system really doesn't really affect, right?
Yeah, it really doesn't affect them, right?
Yes, do you get? Because how stable the economy is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But our economy is not stable, and then we now have a destabilized system. So the stabilized system and the destabilized economy really clashes, and then you now see like corruption just keep on like it just keeps on brewing like so the problem cannot be eradicated unless you decide to change the system, right, and help the economy grow. You get?
But like, how possible is it though? Like,
it's very possible. Somebody can wake up today and decide that he could take place and coup. The military take up coup. You see, coup is not actually a hard thing. And kidnap all the politicians is not hard. You are a military, you have guns, like see how power is so psychological. You have the guns, you have the whatever, the bombs, the grenade,
all this thing.
and you answer to a man that doesn't have anything. Like the man literally is an old man that's maybe almost reaching his 90s, bald-headed, does not speak exactly. Someone that has paralysis, you answer to him. I mean, Pakistan, you answer to that kind of person. Do you get? So the system is really like the power. Yes, in the sense is just psychological. So if these guys realize that we are the ones with the actual power, and they want a better Nigeria, that's the most important thing, a better Nigeria. If you guys do believe, because me, I don't want to go to that part, but if you do believe that there's a better Nigeria, they just today decide that a coup should happen and take over.
Yeah,
that was I don't know.
Actually,
they decide to wake up, because tell the same military government the military we are actually fighting for. Don't forget, this military are not They're not Burkina Faso. They're not from other countries. They're Nigerians,
The Nigerians, yeah.
right? And they know that we fight for them. All this protest is for their own good. But you see them still being used by the same government to attack us or to fight us. Good example, the answers, right? Like there was so many people that were killed that day, and by who? The same military that we what's it called? We are fighting for, right?
Yeah.
Look at, for example, look at Madagascar. Madagascar was also battling the same. They also had the same huge protest, and they were ordered by the government ordered them to fire at the what's it called? The Protestants.
Yeah.
And do you know what the military leader said? He said we cannot. They are our brothers.
Wow.
Right. And today Madagascar has been taken over by what military rule. So you see, that is just common sense. You know that you're not with when it gets to the point where the people agitated are doing this from passion, the love that they have for a country that they are seeing dwindling every single day in the hands of what corrupt leaders.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to destroy the
They're not
economy.
trying to destroy the whole country.
Yeah.
They're fighting for your freedom and your future.
Yeah.
And all you can do is to just answer to the same corrupt leaders who have kept this country captive. You get, and you're shooting at those people. Like that instance was the biggest. I think because I live very close to Toll, like that time I didn't live. I live very close to Toll Gate, and so when that instance protest, I remember one of my friends went for the protest, and oh my god, she didn't die. You, special grace of God, she did not die. It's good like that she did not die, because she had test the next like a week after, so there's no way she can die.
That test.
That test next week, like, how can she die? All the money that they pay for school fees is not going to waste. So she didn't die, but like people that died that day were a lot, right?
Yeah.
People lost their lives off what a country that were have been basically captured by leaders, and still the same leaders using the same people to torment these people who have come out to basically like protest against evil, right? You still use these military men are still people from this country, right? Still being used by what's it called? Those evil people. So like the military men, they need to wake up, right? They need to wake up. I mean, there was actually a time where our military had sense. Do you get that period where our military had sense? There's always going to be that period. And that period where our military had sense, they fought war, and they fought war with like you know that these men are military men, that they are army. You call them army, that we call them boys that I used to call it carry
just
code.
answering to men, shit like that.
You get like they're just boys now. I don't want any military men to get offended, but that's just the truth, right? The truth is, you guys need to step up, right? You guys need to step up, because like change is needed, like huge change is needed. Democracy has been the other democracy that has been sold to us is a big lie. There's not like democracy. It's a big lie. When you fail to put your country in order with a failed system, you need to change, right? Not just the government, but the system needs to change. And the system can only change when force is taken. And the only way force can be taken is if a military or a military coup happen. There's no other way. A coup has to happen. Whether or not it's military or a civilian coup happen. Civilian coup is possible, but I don't know if civilian coup is possible. But a coup needs to happen, because coup is the only way government is taken by force. Do you get the other way the government can be taken is just through elections, consider the system in practice. But coup is the only way government can be taken by force. That is the only way change can happen. If you get my point, change to a system can happen.
Yeah, force.
By force. So this is something that is of force, whether or not it's military or civilian. Force needs to be taken, and that's why I said the military needs to step up. They really need to step up. If they try the field, maybe this military coup that was planned and failed, maybe it was a truth. But this should spark something within them to actually come out and say, yes, okay, we need to step up.
Yeah, because like you said, at the end of the day, they're the ones with power. It's just
Exactly.
it's just the whole psychological bullshit.
It's just the whole psychological bullshit, exactly.
So in a nutshell, if ASUU, because that's where we were, was to call a 6-month strike, how would you spend your 6 months?
So it's okay. It's good that you asked me that question. All the money that my mom has been sending me like this now, just to put them into something that is of good use, right?
Yeah.
Focus on my what's called building, like, because I'm also building not just like we said, like you said it that you're listening, building wealth that is not just of now, but generations to come. Right, and also continue planning my life and working towards goals that I've placed for myself. And that's just basically what I will tell you. I won't tell you the goals. I won't tell you the what's going. I
Yeah,
know you're
for
all family, but
yeah, privacy and shit.
exactly privacy and shit.
Yeah, to
Exactly,
avoid,
exactly. So, but putting in the work and everything.
yeah.
Like 6 months is 3 months is even enough. Like if they can call the strike, the 3 months is enough for like continuous progress. Like just continue with the progress you've been making, continue with the ideas, continue with the development, the building. That's all I just need. That's all I just need. That's basically all, right? Things will not really change. Maybe like the production will change, but things will not really change because it's still the same thing, right? We will not be doing the grinding, the constant development, the pushing for success and pushing for. So that's just basically it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I was called a 6 month strike,
Not
just
super
be
tough.
sleep, eat, watch anime, Yeah, me, I will grind. I'm not grinding guy.
Yeah.
So if you really enjoy this conversation, share, comment, do all those other stuff that you guys used to do. Peace.